Welcome to Tune Spec. I'm Frank. Today's going to be another one of our first drive videos. So we're going to meet up with Mike real quickly. Real cool car today. You guys are going to love it. Come along for the ride.
I'm Mike and I'm in the location waiting for Frank to bring us our next car. Oh, I can hear that. Yo, that sounds nice. Oh, shoot. That thing is beautiful. So I'm really happy with the car we have today. So what do we have, Frank?
Today we have a 2022 Lexus IS350 F Sport. And I'm really happy we got this car. Big thanks to my friend Michael for loaning us this car today. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So, well, what am I going to say? I mean, it is a beautiful looking car with some really cool features. Some extra carbon. I was told we got some carbon down here on the door sill. We got a carbon fiber rear wing, carbon fiber diffuser. It's a beautiful car. So
what's inside? What's underneath the hood?
There you go. Under the hood, 3.5 liter V6, producing 311 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. The numbers I read weren't super impressive, but I barely got on it. This car is quick. It feels a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. It's got a 6-speed transmission. You can go into sport mode. You have paddle shifts. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've only driven it like 3 miles so far, but I'm in love with it already.
I can hear the car from around the corner. It sounded very good.
And I'll be honest, it's a Lexus. It's that luxury brand. Inside, it didn't sound loud to me. It sounded good, but not. I didn't think I was making a ruckus. So I'm kind of curious to be outside the car when it's accelerating.
I love the front bumper. I can see that there's some inlets for air.
Yes, they're there to cool the brakes.
So okay, so they're functional. Okay.
Functional to help cool the braking. I mean, I think Lexus knows how to do these cars. You know, these are really nice looking cars.
So one thing I've always liked about these cars is the curve that comes from the bottom. It goes all the way up. I've always loved that curve from the newer models.
Yeah, I think it's great styling. And then I think it's really accented with the black carbon fiber down the bottom there. I mean, look at the wheels. The wheels look great. Staggered wheels. You got 235s up in the front, 265s in the back. It gives it a really nice aggressive stance. Haven't gotten to drive it too hard, but I'm looking forward to it. We do have the dynamic handling package on there. I'm kind of curious to see how good that feels. It all just sounds exciting. Just talking about this car, I'm excited to drive it. I know Mike is excited. Anyone who knows Mike knows he loves all things Toyota. He loves Lexus.
I want to take it home.
And he wants to take it home. There you go. We'll have to try and arrange that.
I really like the diffuser on this car. I really like the fact that it's black and it matches the whole package.
Right, and I mean, carbon fiber, can't go wrong with that. Same thing with the wing. I mean, it really completes the look. It's got a good exhaust note, according to Mike. I haven't heard it outside. We should give that a listen right now, though.
So when you rev that, you can barely hear it because you didn't rev it high enough. But it sounded really good when you're going around the corner, so I'm counting on the car sounding better when we rev it higher.
It's really quiet inside the car. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to driving this car, kind of getting a better feel for what it's all about. I think it's amazing, just a little bit I've driven it. I'm really excited to have Mike drive this car.
Yes, I'm
You
really
see
happy
that big
about
smile
it.
on his face? I like that. It makes me happy. So come on, let's get to it. Let's take it for a drive.
Let's go for a spin.
All right, guys, so we're going to go out on the road in the Lexus IS350 F Sport. That really sounds good when it starts. All right, so my first impression is of this car. I really do like the way it handles. It feels really good. It feels really quick. I haven't really gotten into the throttle, maybe 3/4 throttle. I played around with sport mode for like a hot second. Like I said, I've only driven this car about 2 miles now. We're gonna go find some fun roads and see how the handling is. I was told by the owner it has dynamic suspension, and I want to know what that is. It sounds like a lot of fun to me. Alright, so I'm in manual mode right now. I can't go that fast. I'm shifting about 3,500 RPMs. It sounds good. You don't get a big booming exhaust note through the car. It's naturally aspirated, so that always gives you a little bit better sound. I'm so used to driving my turbo now that I kind of miss this sound. And it just wants a corner. I can feel this. I can't get enough of a gap to really have a lot of fun right now, but it definitely wants a corner. This car is amazing. Alright, so I've gotten to have a little bit more fun, accelerate through a few more corners, and I think this car is probably one of the best handling cars I've ever driven. This dynamic suspension is doing everything I would expect it to do. I don't know what kind of an option it was and how much it cost, but I think it's worth every penny. Car is so smooth. I gotta admit, I'm very impressed with this car. You know, I haven't driven too many Lexuses. The few I've driven an SUV. I spent some time in an older LS, and they were beautiful cars, well built. They felt really good under you. But this is a sports car. The Lexus F Sport, it's incredible. I cannot get over how good the handling feels.
Sounds great. Sounds really good. like the paddle shifters.
So now that we both got to drive this Lexus IS350 F Sport, what do you think? Like, what is your initial thought of this car? What did you expect this car to be like? And has it lived up to your expectations, Mike?
Well, it's a Lexus, so I expected it to be very nice interior, luxury type sport, and futuristic a little bit like this. I like how this is a little futuristic. So I've always liked this car. Me being a Toyota fanboy, of course I love this car. I love the way it looks in the outside. It turns much better than I expected. I expected a four-door to be a little bit more family-oriented kind of driving, which it does that. You can still drive very comfortably in regular mode, but when you go into sport mode, it turns really sharp. It turned really well.
Well, I mean, my whole impression of the car, we'll go from the beginning. Just the looks of this car. I love the way this car looks. My wife is a Lexus fan. She's always told me she wants a Lexus, and for some reason we keep buying things other than Lexus. I don't know why that happens. I love the front end. I love the grille. I think no matter what Lexus model you get, they look good coming. This car I really like. I like the styling. I don't mind the four-door thing because my daily drive is a four-door. I'm kind of used to that. I expect it to be quick. It is quick. Being an F Sport, I expect it to be near perfect. And I'll be honest, I don't see a flaw in this car. For me personally, I like everything about it. I don't care about the color. I don't care. White looks good. It looks white with the black. That carbon fiber looks awesome to me. I like the dark rims. I think it looks real sporty. I like the fact that it's got the staggered tires. They're wider in the back. I just like that look. For me, growing up, that's what we all did. We always wanted big fat tires on the backs of our cars because everything was rear wheel drive. Okay, this is all wheel drive, but it still works. Interiorly, I'm very comfortable. I know when you were driving this, you put the cooled seat on, and it actually it feels good. I noticed it.
You like it now?
I am enjoying it. It's nice. It's the first car I've ever driven with heated and cooled seats. So yeah, it definitely would be a bonus. It's a dark interior, so it would make sense you would want the cooled seats, especially in the summertime. I could see it would get a little hot in this cabin, just because it's all black. But it's a beautiful cabin. I like the dashboard. I think it looks really good. It's configurable. I haven't really figured it out. We haven't had a lot of time to drive this car, but I like the digital dash. I like that if you go into sport mode, it changes up. The tack becomes a little more prominent. We've been driving it, well, right now I'm driving it in eco mode. I'm only doing 25 miles an hour, so I mean, that's all I'm really going to do. But I like the infotainment center. I like the dashboard. I think it all looks pretty cool. Again, I barely got to drive this car. I haven't really got to play with it too much. I barely touched the paddle shifts. I've shifted a little bit with the stick, and I'm so used to that with my car that I think that's just second nature for me.
Oh, I use the paddle shifters. That was really fun. It's very responsive, and I like the cluster, how it's digital, and when you can hit the button and it just switches over, and it shows you all the options, G-force, gear, position, and it has a lot of options and settings all through the steering wheel. I also love the steering wheel. It reminds me of the Lexus IS F steering wheel. I love the whole interior of this car. It's very nice. It's well done.
Oh, it's beautiful inside. So now, you were touching on suspension and handling. I thought it rode really nice. It's very comfortable. It doesn't feel like a rough ride. Even with the dynamic sport on, I didn't feel like it was compromised as far as comfort goes. Handling was insane. I don't think there was a corner that we took that
handled like a champ.
Absolutely, yeah. Flat, no body roll. The steering is super tight. I'm really impressed with this.
Being a big body car, I didn't expect it to keep up with your Audi. it has more horsepower, so I knew it was going to be faster. I didn't expect it to be turning as quickly as your Audi.
It seems bigger. I honestly, again, I checked the weight on this, and it's really not that much heavier. I think it's maybe another 100 or 200 pounds heavier. I think at the heaviest it weighs in about 3,800 pounds. So yeah, it's bigger. Maybe that makes it feel a little bit better, more stable. But I think it just is a beautifully engineered car. And the next time my wife says I want a Lexus,
I switch one over.
I'm going to have to say, yeah, let's go take a look, because this is incredible.
I know you've always liked, your wife always liked Lexus, but I'm really happy that you might finally be doing it.
I'm converting, yes.
That's my goal. Push you away from Audis.
I buy German cars. But yeah, I mean, I've liked everything about this car. We've gotten to drive it on some really fun roads.
Oh yeah,
and really got to experience. We haven't driven this car flat out. At least I haven't, and I think we pushed a little bit. But to actually give it full beans, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think we have that kind of roadway around here.
No, we don't have that option right now.
But it's really been a lot of fun. Now, I know you have a thing with rims and all that. You like to personalize your cars. What did you think about the dark wheels on this car?
I don't mind them at all. The only thing I would do is maybe put like bigger tires on it, just a little bit, so it fills up the rim better. But I actually like the wheels, and again, you know that I'll change the wheels out of anything. The Corollas, different wheels. The FRS, I'm thinking about doing the bike, so you know. Yeah, I don't mind these wheels at all. I like this car almost, you know, OEM. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's a great car.
Well, yeah, I don't think you need to tune this car at all. Now, we talked to the owner. He said he was thinking about it, maybe doing an exhaust or something. And if he does, I think we'd like to revisit this and just see what the difference is. But I think
yes,
this car is pretty much perfect in every respect, and I would definitely love to drive this car now, because I daily, whatever I have, I think I'd be running too many miles on something like this. But it's just a beautiful car. I think it's a sports car. I know it's a sedan, but it's
on paper it's a sedan, because it's big, but it drives really well.
And the naturally aspirated engine. I mean,
I didn't expect a V6. What is it, 3.5?
3.5.
I didn't expect a 3.5 to push out more than 300 horsepower.
Well, because we have an SUV at home that is a 3.7 and that's over 300 also, I kind of expected that. But what I like about this, and you know, I have to compare it to the Audi because that's what I know best.
Mm-hmm.
Not being a turbo, I think the throttle response is really quick. There's not a lot of kick down time, especially in sport mode. I think you push the throttle just that little bit, you feel it. And yeah, I really love the sound of that. As you get on it, yeah, we're hearing better throttle response. I can hear it better. When I first drove it, I really didn't get that sound. It's a very quiet car. Even now, the driving we've been doing, you're not getting that screaming sound through the engine. I guess because the last car we drove was a convertible.
Very loud too.
It's so much different. It's so easy to talk, even at speed. I don't think I have to raise my voice for you to hear me.
Well, in this car, when you're driving right now at 1,000 RPMs, 1,500, maybe 2,000, you can hear a small rumble. So you do know that I can feel the sound. It sounds really good. It's just not loud. And when you rev it like over 5 or 4, you can hear the engine. It sounds really good. I can hear when you pulled in. It sounded really good.
It's not on my price point. It's not your price point either.
Nah, I wanted to buy it till I found out how much they go for, and yeah, I'll just drive Mike's once a year, and then, you know, deal with that.
So, I think if you're in a market for a car of this price range, and I think I've seen it as low as 50. I think fully optioned is probably in the high 70s. Yeah, this definitely got to give this thing a drive. I mean,
It's worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's definitely worth it. It's just whether you are at that price range or not.
So I'm going to be honest, because this is what I do when I look at cars. I check all the numbers, 0 to 60 specs and all that. And the 0 to 60 numbers that they were posting weren't that impressive. I didn't think it was going to be any quicker than my Audi. It certainly feels it. Maybe it's just because it's a bigger car, but it certainly feels quicker than it said it was going to be online. And
so what are the numbers compared to your Audi?
I heard between 5.5 and 5.7.
Okay.
And the Audi was 5.5, 5.6. I didn't get a quarter mile time. I think this is faster top end. You know, I'm sure both cars are speed limited through their computers, but definitely I think this is faster top end. I think it's up in the high 140s. And I'm sure if you open up the computer, this thing's going to be doing 170, 180 mile an hour. And it's got the suspension to back it up.
Yeah, I was going to say that it probably handles very well at that
The
speed.
suspension on this car makes it feel so quick. It almost feels tossable for an all-wheel drive car. I almost feel like I could really get into a turn. I'd love to take this thing out on track, just put it in full sport, run the paddles, and see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
But that would be a big ask for anyone. But
that's if we rent one. Let's just say that.
If we ever do a track day for the channel, we'll invite Mike back with his car, and yeah, I'm sure he'll like to do some little time.
That would be amazing if you let us.
Yeah.
Let's dream. Yes, that would be amazing.
Okay, so in order, I think it's a beautiful car. Absolutely, the engine sounds great. I think the suspension is the star of this car. The handling of this car is more than I expected.
It's comfortable at low and high speeds. Like you can drive it, you know, to church and to work, and it's just a nice family car, or you can just toss it at a turn and it takes it like a champ. So I like that flexibility in a car.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess they would consider it a luxury sport because it is quiet. It is kind of refined, but then when you want to be a little bit of a hooligan, it's absolutely going to let you do that.
You still have fun.
Yes.
Okay, Frank, so what do you think about the car?
Well, I absolutely loved it. I don't even know where to start. That's how much I like this car.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, I don't find a fault. I know there's a fault in every car. No car's perfect, but I don't see anything about this car that does not say you should be driving it. I should be driving this car. I really think. I don't know how my wife would feel about that.
I don't know how Mike would feel about it.
Okay, but I feel like this car does everything, and I can only compare it to the cars I've driven, but I've driven high-end cars, I've driven expensive cars, more expensive than this. I love this car, and I think what makes this car so special is the fact that it has phenomenal handling. It does sound good. It's got great power. It's got enough tech for me. I'm not a super techie guy, so I don't need the latest and greatest. I can't figure it out. But driving the car, feeling how it handles around a corner, feeling how it accelerates, how it brakes, I loved everything about this car. I really think this is the perfect car, and it's a 4-door. You have seating for 5. I mean, if you have a family and you want to have fun, and this is in your price range, I love this car. I like this better than my Audi. Now, maybe I'm a little bored with my Audi, but I really like this car. So, what's your opinion of this car?
So, I think it's like very almost perfect combination of a luxury, sport, modern car. I like the cluster, the digital cluster. I like the center console, everything. It's just very modern. It has leather everywhere. It's very luxurious, and it's a great sports car. It feels sporty. It turns. It handles. It has power, and it looks amazing from the outside. So I agree with you that I couldn't find any flaw. So if you were gonna give this car a rating, 1 through 10. Now, I gotta be honest, I gotta leave almost room for improvement until I find a car that I actually fit. It's perfect. So I don't want to go 10, right? But this would be a 10. But I think I want to go 9 out of 10 because there has to be something that's better. But as of right now, this is my best out of best car.
Well, I think out of all the cars I've driven, I probably would rate this the best one I've driven so far. 9.5 out of 10 absolutely fits for me.
Okay.
To me, it's almost a 10. Like I said earlier, I think it's a perfect car.
I think it's a 10.
It does everything that. Well, then why don't we call it a 10 until we find something better?
Because I don't want to go. I don't want to go backtrack.
No, this is a 10 until we find something better. If you have something better,
bring it.
Hit us up in the comments because we want to check it out.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the best car I've seen.
So if you want us to review your car, you can just email Frank at franktunespec@gmail.com and schedule it with him, and we will review your car. We want to review almost every car, so don't think we don't want to drive your car. We almost want to drive anything. So contact Frank and then we'll set it up. That way we can do it.
Thank you so much, Mike, for loaning us your car. You're a stand-up guy. You helped us out a lot today, and we really, really did appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. You have a lot of patience dealing with us, and we were bothering you a lot, and he never complained. He helped us a lot too. I'm really thankful for what he did.
So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell because we have a lot of good content coming up. Every drive is a journey. We really believe that here at TuneSpec.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Have a great day.
I'm trying to follow his lead because I've never been around here.
Yeah.
You knew this road?
Yeah. I've been down here plenty of
So you
times.
knew that was coming?
Yeah.
Not me. Not me. I'm trying to follow his lead because I know he knows the road better than me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to follow his lead. I really got concerned for you. I was like, I don't know what else to say.
Wow, man, great too. They got him.
What are you singing?
Had to sing something. You didn't do.
No bloopers?
You didn't do La Cucaracha this time.
And do Cucaracha? I gotta teach you another song. Contact Frank and then we'll set it up. That way we can do it.
Sounds good. Especially if you have a 2014 Prius. You're gonna edit that out.
Yes, I am. That might be in the bloopers, but ain't gonna be in the footage.